Yesterday, Micron's earnings report came out, which both the entire market and I personally have been eagerly anticipating. Why were we waiting for it with such excitement? Because for a while now, there have been doubts again about artificial intelligence. Is this thing slowing down? Token prices are falling. Is profitability in this business coming to an end? Will they be able to find funding? A bunch of pointless worries. Because of this, especially in the last 3 days, stocks related to artificial intelligence have taken a big hit. I also took quite a hit myself. On the other hand, of course, there are a lot of debates going on about the American economy. During those debates, a bad earnings report from Micron brought everyone down because it's one of the biggest players in the recent rally. Micron is a memory company. Up until about a year ago, we used to see memory companies as just cyclical commodity businesses. In other words, we thought they didn't have any significant competitive advantages or important technologies. In fact, when the first investments in Micron started to pick up, I was a bit hesitant myself because, this is a cyclical business. We've seen this before. We used to say that these kinds of stocks rise quickly, but then drop fast when demand falls. But that didn't happen this time. Micron has increased its value by about 10 times in a year. But when we look at the company's earnings report that came out yesterday, we can see that it truly deserves this and then some. I've never seen a financial statement like this in my life. I was really impressed by Nvidia's financial statement. I was also really impressed by Palantir's financial statement. I'm sure some of you remember, but this is way above theirs. And on top of that, it comes from a sector considered as basic materials. So it's not exactly a new company either. That's why it really deserves to be examined closely. But beyond that, where is artificial intelligence headed? What's going on with robots? How many more years will this massive investment in artificial intelligence continue? It's extremely useful for understanding all of this. In this context, we'll be taking a detailed look at Micron's financial statement. This will also guide us about the future of artificial intelligence. If you're ready, let's get started. The financial statement came out yesterday after the market closed. It brought in $41.46 billion in revenue. The expectation on Wall Street was $35.59 billion. They exceeded the target by 16.5%. Adjusted earnings per share came in at $25.11. The expectation was 20.6. That's 21.9% above expectations. The revenue guidance going forward, that is, for the fourth quarter, came in at $50 billion. The expectation was 42.92. They stayed 16.5% above expectations. There's an unbelievable beat on expectations. Either those who set the expectations are getting it wrong, or Micron keeps surprising everyone. These were truly results that shocked the market. Year-over-year revenue growth is 346%. We're looking at a company that's 346% bigger than last year. As we just discussed, both the earnings per share and the guidance are way above analyst expectations. 22% is also above average. The gross profit margin is at an unprecedented level for the DRAM memory sector, 84.6%. Now, in DRAM sectors, basically in industries where everyone can produce the same product, profit margins usually go down over time. 84.6%, my friend. Even higher than Nvidia. If I'm not mistaken, Nvidia has a gross profit margin just above 70%. They've even surpassed that. It's truly unbelievable. That's why the market went into chaos. Every aspect of the balance sheet is strong. It's solid all around. Pricing power. Because of course, the company isn't increasing its production at this pace. But they are able to raise their prices, and that gives them incredible power. Such power that they've gone and signed strategic customer agreements with 16 clients, securing an amazing revenue guarantee. The data center generated over $25 billion in revenue in just one quarter. HBM4, which is their new memory microchip, has ramped up production at twice the speed of the second generation, that is 2 generations ago. And in the meantime, the company hasn't reduced its cash reserves. The cash reserves have actually reached a record level of $19.2 billion. Of course, there are still issues that need to be watched closely. The fact that all these numbers are doing so well depends on the pace of artificial intelligence investments. As long as CapEx, that is capital expenditures, remain strong, especially from hyperscalers, new players like SpaceX or NeoCloud and other new cloud companies, there shouldn't be any problems. But there is such a risk. The CEO says that not only this year, but throughout 2027, the memory shortage will continue. There could be a normalization of supply after 2027. So basically he's saying, we still got a way to go, my friend. Remember those 16 strategic contracts we talked about? They're that important. From 14 of them, they secure a total revenue guarantee of $100 billion. And each of these contracts is structured as a take-or-pay agreement. What does that mean? When the time comes, they have to buy that chip. They can't back out. They are legally committed to this. The company has secured a revenue guarantee of $100 billion from this. These agreements are spread over a 5-year period between 2026 and 2030. These agreements only cover 20% of the company's DRAM production capacity and 33% of its NAND production capacity. They've secured 50% of their total revenue for 5 years. I've never seen anything like this before. So there's both growth and a guarantee for the future. Why? Because there's a shortage in the market. Companies have no choice but to agree to these kinds of deals. Among them are Nvidia and Apple. Remember this week, Apple said, we're experiencing such a memory shortage that we have to raise prices. They said, we can only buy memory at very high prices. Everyone is dealing with this problem. The company's forward guidance is also tremendous. For example, they're targeting $50 billion in revenue for the fourth quarter. The market expectation was 42.92. That's 16.5% higher. They're targeting an adjusted earnings per share at $31 for the next quarter. Wall Street was expecting 25.5, so that's 21% higher. They also say they'll raise the gross profit margin to 86%. Wall Street's expectation was already extremely high, 84.9%, and they're still surpassing even that. Look, here you can see the developments a bit more closely based on the income statement items. Last quarter's revenue was $456 million. That's a year-over-year growth of 346%. Compared to the previous quarter, that's a 73.7% increase. The previous quarter,
Let's innovate and lead the
3 months ago. From there to here, a 73.7% growth. Gross profit growth is 97.5%. It's growing even faster than revenue. Why? Because they can sell goods at higher prices. Gross profit margin is 84.6%. That's a 47-point increase compared to last year. A 10-point increase compared to the previous quarter. They price their products however they want. Operating profit is $33 billion. Compared to the same quarter last year, brace yourself, a 1,436% increase. I'll say it again, 1,436%. Net profit growth, they made $239 billion in profit. Compared to the same quarter last year, it's 1,398%. There's a net profit that's even double the previous quarter. Earnings per share are $24.72. That's 1,371% higher than the same quarter last year. Operating cash flow is $25.338 billion. That's a 113% increase compared to the previous quarter. Like I said, I've never seen anything like this before. We're looking at profitability by product groups. On the DRAM and HBM4 side, which is the new main growth area, they have revenues of $31.3 billion.
Wow, look at that
Gross
chip.
profit growth here is
so brightly.
67% quarter over quarter. On the NAND side, gross profit is 84.6%. They have complete hegemony on the data center side. The revenue from the memory they sell to cloud companies is $13.77 billion. There's a 653% growth compared to last year. On the other hand, they're saying there's serious demand on the humanoid robot side. The CEO shares something really interesting here. He says that humanoid robots will need much more memory. For example, when we compare humanoid robots to autonomous vehicles, they'll need 10 times more memory. I think by 2027, this humanoid robot issue will become very serious. He basically says, you haven't seen anything yet. There's going to be a lot of demand for us on that side too. He also presents us with some incredible data here. Look at what the CEO said here.
Outlier
Humanoid
macro
robots require 10 times the memory of level 2 autonomous vehicles. A multi-year demand cycle will begin in the second half of this decade. In other words, starting from 2026 or 2027, he says we'll be growing on the humanoid robot side. And he adds, we expect memory supply to remain tight until 2027.
Whoa, it's going
Only
up.
a slight relief is expected
piercing
in
the ceiling.
2028. So we still got a lot of work to do, he says. How's the balance sheet? They have $26 billion in cash. Their debt is only $5.79 billion. This means they have $19.2 billion in net cash. Their total assets are $134 billion. Their total equity is $100 billion. They also have $8.5 billion in inventory. In the first quarter, the company had $3.68 billion in net debt, but this quarter they've turned it into $19.2 billion in net cash. I've never seen cash generation like this before. As of now, meaning as of yesterday's close, though they've added about 20% since then, the company had a valuation of $1.182 trillion as of yesterday's close. It's another $1 trillion company in America. If the early market indicators continue after the market opens, the company will close today with a valuation of around $1.3 to $1.4 trillion. It is still cheap. I mean, the forward price to earnings ratio is currently only 8.7. For example, we call Nvidia cheap, but even there is 22 or 23. And many Wall Street companies, PE ratios in the 30s and 40s are common. This one is just 8.7. Today, it'll probably rise to 10, but it's still cheap. The reason for this low valuation is that the company has been a cyclical commodity company for many years. Now, when it suddenly changes its character like this, the valuation is still lagging behind. We'll get into the details in a bit. I don't expect such a rapid journey, but right now, it has the revenue, gross profit, and net profit that Nvidia had when it reached a $4 trillion valuation. The company's value is $1.182 trillion. So if it were to follow Nvidia's path, it looks quite possible for it to go up 3 or 4 times from here. Until yesterday, Wall Street analysts were setting a target of $1,400. That's the median target. Now, I think that's going to rise toward $2,000. In fact, a few upgrades have already come in today. As of yesterday's close, the current price is $1,051. It looks like today will break above $1,200. After hours, in other words, in the late market, the stock hit $1,228. In the short term, it has a very positive trend. I think it'll keep going up. It'll probably clear $1,500 pretty easily. We could be wrong, but that's how it looks. From there, it can make a run towards $2,000. So is it a good idea to invest in Micron at this point? What does Micron tell us about artificial intelligence? I'm not giving investment advice. Micron has been a pretty big position in my portfolio for quite a while now. I'm going to keep holding and protecting it, and I want to enjoy this rally. But don't forget, these types of stocks go on massive rallies, and then at some point, they hit a wall. So once all the uncertainties about this company are resolved and all of Wall Street is convinced, the rally starts to slow down. We saw this happen with Nvidia. Nvidia's latest earnings report, if not quite as much, it was still an extraordinary report. And the earnings of such a huge company kept growing by 70 to 80%. Even so, the stock didn't budge. Palantir's latest earnings report was one for the history books. Since that day, the stock has lost nearly 25% of its value. These things are possible. Micron isn't there yet and still has room to grow, because it's still a cheap stock. It's not an expensive stock. You can see it here. There's still room to grow, but of course it won't go up forever. Some people ask if it could become the next Nvidia when comparing it to Nvidia. It's possible. I mean, the market can bring us anything. But Nvidia still has a higher competitive edge compared to Micron, because Micron is still basically producing a commodity product. Since there's been a huge surge in demand for this commodity product, especially with agentic artificial intelligence, and because rival factories haven't been able to ramp up production fast enough, they're facing the same issues, and they're also experiencing product shortages. This has created a huge pricing gap. But honestly, it's easier to imitate this company's technology and products than it is with Nvidia. It's also easier than with AMD. That's why I don't think it'll reach Nvidia's multiples. In other words, I don't expect it to reach forward PEs of 23 or 24. But of course, we'll see the market's momentum and where it takes us. However, it still seems cheap to me here. That's why I think it can make a journey from here to somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000. Of course, it's very hard to know the timing of this. Corrections can always happen. Corrections in these kinds of tech companies are usually very sharp. Yesterday, Micron dropped to around $900 at one point in the market because people got scared, wondering how his financials would turn out and all that. So we went and opened a small day trade on its competitor, SNDK, SanDisk. By the end of the day, we had made a very nice profit. So it still looks like there are a lot of opportunities in this area. But maybe it could also be useful to take a look at companies other than Micron. So what does it show us about artificial intelligence? We're still at the beginning of the low. Look, some analysts say we're approaching the end of the artificial intelligence investment cycle. I don't agree at all. If we think of it as having 4 stages, I think we're just now entering the 2nd stage. Because the use of agentic artificial intelligences is just now starting to expand. Right now, token prices are high. It will get cheaper. More people will learn how to use them. Companies competing with the cloud will develop more user-friendly artificial intelligences. What we call harnesses, not just the underlying model, but also the tools for how we use it will also develop. Thanks to this, more people will use them and they will spread out. I think there's still a long way to go. Of course, there might be some hiccups from time to time. Sometimes news about certain technological developments can scare the markets. For example, just yesterday, there was an announcement from Qualcomm. They said, we've developed a new chip, so there's no longer a need for that much memory. For example, Cerebra's, a company I invest in, produces giant GPUs that combine the chip and memory. And they say we don't need DRAMs. They say we have our own SRAMs. Or for instance, Google made a statement recently. They said something like, we're reducing the need for memory. Things like this will definitely happen. And generally, new concerns about artificial intelligence will also arise. People wonder if these things can even be financed and so on. But honestly, if you're someone like me who uses AI heavily, you realize that this is a completely pointless conversation. You understand just how early we are in this journey. I want to show you an example about this. For example, as you know from our own platform, we have a massive investment platform built with AI. All school members as well as YouTube and Twitter join members can access this platform. They can see the performance of our stocks here and they can see the risks. They receive daily macroeconomic news and get updates on the technical state of the markets. They also get advice on how to protect themselves against risks. We've done amazing things here with artificial intelligence, and yesterday we added something new to it. So I added this after just 2 days at work. All the videos I've uploaded to YouTube so far, thousands of hours. You know, I've been involved with YouTube for 4 or 5 years now. Live broadcasts, members-only streams, and the general broadcasts I do for you all. Artificial intelligence went through all of these, downloaded their scripts, and created a massive database in the background. Right now, we've developed an app called AskBora and put it here. Here, it can perform semantic searches and scan everything I've said about any stock, any economic reality, or investing in general, and show my participants what Bora has said about this topic in the past. This way, they can see some of our incorrect predictions, the correct ones, or my opinion on any given topic. And I did this yesterday without knowing any software coding at all. It only took 2.5 hours of effort because artificial intelligence guided me step by step. And as of today, my entire brain related to investing is now at the service of my users. This is what artificial intelligence is, and believe me, we're not even at the beginning of what can be done with it. We're just getting started. That's why I'm going to keep the majority of my portfolio heavily invested in artificial intelligence. Micron is one of those stocks. This doesn't mean that these stocks won't sometimes hit certain price plateaus. It doesn't mean there won't be fluctuations in the stock market, but I believe we're still in the very early stages of a massive revolution. That's how it is. I hope what I shared has been useful for you. Make artificial intelligence your top priority, both in investing and in personal development. And I think you should also start transferring your mind to artificial intelligence. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you doing? Share all of this with artificial intelligence. Let that archive slowly build up, because I believe all of our thoughts are valuable and they will be useful to us in the future. Transferring our memory, experience, and knowledge to artificial intelligence could also be very valuable for future generations. Stay with love, stay with respect. See you soon.